Hey, what's going on? This is another episode of the Beltway Live for April 5th, uh, 2026. Happy Easter. Happy Easter. Okay. You know how we do? From old to new, apply the word to you. From where we last left off to Genesis chapter 8. Pretty much going to be a double header today because these are the scriptures that I missed the last week. I pretty much ignored my dang on emergency days. So, but we're gonna we're gonna get it done today, though. We're gonna get it done today. Okay, Genesis chapter number 8. Genesis chapter number 8, and as always, after every uh, after every chapter, there will be a summary to get us a better understanding of that chapter. Okay, Genesis chapter number 8. And God remembered Noah and every living thing and all the cattle that was with him in the ark. And God made a wind to pass over the earth, and the waters assuaged, and the fountains also of the deep, and the windows of heaven were stopped, and the rain from heaven was restrained. The waters returned from the earth continually. After the end of the 150 days, the waters were abated. And the ark rested on the seventh month, on the seventh day of the month, upon the mountains of Ararat. And and the waters decreased continually until the 10th month. And in the 10th month, on the first day of the month, were the tops of the mountains seen. It came to pass at the end of the 40 days that Noah opened the window of the ark which he had made. And he was sent forth a raven which went forth to and fro till the waters were dried up from off the earth. Also, he sent forth a dove from him to see if the waters were abated from off the face of the earth. And the dove found no rest for the sole of her feet, and she returned unto him into the ark. For the waters were on the face of the whole earth. And he went forth his hand and took her and pulled her into the ark, onto the ark. And he stayed yet other 7 days, and again he sent forth the dove out of the ark. And the dove came into him in the evening, and lo, in her mouth was an olive tree plucked off. Noah knew that the waters were abated from off the earth. And he stayed yet another 7 days, and sent forth the dove, which returned not again unto him any more. Came to pass on the 601st year, in the month, the first month, the first day of the month, the waters were dried up from off the earth. Noah removed the covering of the ark and looked, and behold, the face of the ground was dry. In the second month, on the seventh day and 20th day of the month, was the earth dried. And God spake unto Noah, saying, Go forth of the ark, thou and thy wife, and thy sons, and thy sons' wives with thee. Bring forth with thee every living thing that is with thee of all flesh, both of the fowl and of the cattle, and of every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth, that they may breed abundantly in the earth, and be fruitful and multiply upon the earth. Noah went forth, and his sons, and his wife, and his sons' wives with him, every beast, every creeping thing, and every fowl, and whatsoever creepeth upon the earth, after their kinds, were forth out of the ark, went forth out of the ark. Noah builded an altar unto the Lord, and took of every clean beast and of every clean fowl, and burned and offered burnt offerings on the altar. The Lord smelled the sweet savor, and the Lord said unto his heart, I will not again curse the ground any more for man's sake, for the imagination of man's heart is evil from his youth. Neither will I again smite any more every living thing as I have done. While the earth remained at seed time and harvest and cold and heat and summer and winter and day and night shall not cease. Shall not cease. Okay. Okay. All right, that would do it for that one. Let's go to the summary. Okay, the summary. Summary of Genesis chapter 8. Book of Genesis chapter 8 describes how God begins to restore the earth after the flood. First point, God remembers Noah. God causes the wind to pass over the earth, and the flood waters begin to recede. Oh. Uh, Second point, the ark rests. The ark comes to rest on the mountains of Ararat after the months of floating. Uh, Third point, water continues to go down. Over time, the tops of the mountains become visible. Fourth point, raven and dove sent out. First point, Noah sends out the raven, which flies back and forth. He then sends out the dove three times. First time, it returns no dry land yet. Second time, it returns with an olive leaf, sign of new plant life. Third time, it does not return. Land is dry enough. Earth dries. Eventually, the ground becomes fully dry. God tells Noah to leave the ark. Noah's obedience. Noah and his family and the animals come out of the ark. Noah's altar and offering. Noah builds an altar and offers sacrifices to God. Last point. God's promise. God is pleased and promises never again to curse the ground because of humans in the same way. He also declares that the natural cycles of Earth, seed time and harvest, and day and night seasons will continue. Main theme of it all: God shows mercy and faithfulness bringing judgment to an end, preserving life and restoring order to the world, or in order to the world. All right, that sums up Genesis chapter number 8. Pretty much famous chapter we should all already know. Noah, Noah, Noah. Guess some ways that movie wasn't too off. I guess it was off though, but it was. I guess you say it wasn't too off. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's just go to the other one. Psalms chapter number 104. Okay, Psalms 104. Hold on just a minute. Okay, Psalms 104. Bless the Lord, oh my soul. Oh Lord my God, are very great, are clothed with the honor and majesty. Remember verse chapter 104, verse 1. Who covers thyself with light, as with a garment, as with a garment, and who stretches out the heavens like a curtain, who lays the beams of his chambers in the waters, who maketh the clouds his chariot, who walketh upon the wings of the wind, who maketh the angels spirits, and his ministers a flaming fire. Remember verse chapter 104, verse 4. Who laid the foundation of the earth, that it should not be removed forever. Remember verse chapter 104, verse 5. That covers it with the deep as with a garment. The waters stood above the mountains. At thy rebuke they fled. At thy voice of thy thunder they hastened away. They go up by the mountains. They go down by the valleys unto the place which thou hast founded for them. Thou hast set a bound; they may not pass over. They that turn not again to cover the earth. He sendeth the springs unto the valleys, which run among the hills. They give drink to every beast of the field. The wild asses quench their thirst. By them the fowls of the heaven have their habitations, will sing among the branches. He watered the hills upon his chambers. The earth is satisfied with the fruit of the works. He causes the grass to grow for the cattle and the herbs of the service of man. And he bring forth food upon the earth. And the wine that maketh glad on the heart of the man, the oil that maketh his face to shine, and the bread which strengthens the man's heart. The trees of the Lord are full of sap, and the cedars of Lebanon, which he hath planted, where the birds make their nest, as for the stork, and fir trees are for her house. The high hills are a refuge for the wild goats, and the rocks are the conies, are for the conies. He appointed the moon for seasons. The sun knoweth it is going down. Uh, make his darkness and it is light. And all the beasts of the forest do creep forth. The young lions roar after their prey, and they seek their meat from the God. The sun arises, they gather themselves together. They lay them down in their dens. Man goeth forth unto his work, into his labor, until the evening. O Lord, how manifold are thy works, and wisdom hast thou made them. All the earth is full of thy riches. So is the great and wide sea, wherein are things creeping, innumerable, both small and great beasts. There go the ships. There is that Leviathan, whom thou hast made to play therein. These remember verse chapter 104, verse 26. These wait all upon thee, that thou mayest give them their meat in the due season. That thou givest them, they gather. Thou openest thy hand, they are filled with good. Thou hast thy face, they are troubled, so thou takest away their breath. They die, return to their dust. Thou sendest forth the Spirit. They are Thou sendest forth thy Spirit. They are created. Thou renewest the face of the earth. The glory of the Lord shall endure forever. The Lord shall rejoice in his works. Remember verse chapter 104, verse 31. He looketh on the earth, and it trembles. He touches the hills, and they smoke. I will sing unto the Lord as long as I live. I will sing praise of to my God while I have been my being. Remember verse chapter 104, verse 33. My meditation of him shall be sweet. I will be glad in the Lord. Remember verse chapter 104, verse 34. Let the sinners be consumed out of the earth. Let the wicked be no more. Bless thou, Lord, the Lord. O my soul, praise ye the Lord. Praise ye the Lord. All right. Pretty much can really make it a whole chapter of memory verse. Okay, summary of Psalms 104. Book of Psalms, Psalms 104 is a powerful song of praise that celebrates God as the creator of and sustainer of all life. It highlights how God designed the world with wisdom and continues to care for everything in it. Key points: God's greatness in the creation. The psalm begins by describing God as a clothed in majesty and light, stretching out the heavens and established the earth. Order in nature. God sets boundaries for the waters, raises mountains, and forms valleys, showing control over the natural world. Provision of all creatures. Springs provide water for animals. Plants grow for people and livestock. The sun and moon mark seasons and time. Life cycles. Animals hunt, people work. All living things depend on God for food and survival. God sustains life. When God gives breath, creatures live. When He takes it away, they die, showing the total dependence on Him. New over earth, God continually renews creation, keeping it functioning and alive. Joy and praise. The psalmist expresses personal joy in God. He commits to praising Him. Ending the note, he closes with a call for sinners to vanish for the Lord to be praised. Main thing, God is the creator who not only made the world, but actually sustains and provides for every part of it. Every, every part of it. All right, that would do. That would do. That would do for this double header. The Bad Boy Live. Keep in mind the summaries of both these chapters and the memory verses, and you'll be on your way. But that would do it for this one. It's another episode of the Bad Boy Live for April 5th, 2026 on a Sunday morning, Easter Sunday. Happy Easter once again. Y'all have a good one. I'm gone.